welcome back to another episode of Two Idiot Girls. Woo! How you doing?
Good. We have an in-studio audience today. It's Alex.
Woo!
And she's sitting on a pile of trash.
Literally, our room looks like the dump. Yeah, it's pretty bad in here.
Yeah, she's sitting on a pile of trash.
Like when our
currently.
aunt was here yesterday, she's like, "You guys film here?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I told her I would take you in there, but it's awful in there.
It's, yeah.
I don't want anyone to come in here.
Well, that's your guys' fault from tour. Tour happened last summer.
From a
that's
year
your
ago.
guys' fault. I'm feeling pretty good. How are you?
I'm feeling pretty good too.
Yeah.
Feeling a little silly, you know?
Yeah, I got a little bit of silly in me today too. You know what's funny is, well, we have lots to catch up on.
Okay.
But when we were at the Pride party, and
Our cousins throw an annual Pride party. We go to it every year.
yes, and when we were there, I was watching Keith,
Yes.
Carrie's
dad.
our bestie Carrie, her dad Keith. He was also at the Pride party with us. And Carrie was standing with us, and I was like, no wonder Carrie is the silliest goose to ever live.
It's so funny.
She has two of the silliest geese for parents.
I know. Her mom was in town back in May,
Yeah.
and we went to dinner, and she was saying,
Love Jen.
Yeah, because I've met her mom before, and
Yeah.
I've met her sister. I call her Shrimpetta. I've met her before.
Love Kate. That's my twin.
And so she had told me, I cannot wait for you to meet Keith because then you'll see why Carrie is the way that she is. That's what she said. And then I was thinking, Jen, I think you're a part of that too.
Her being like, that's all him,
But
even though
I
she's
do-
a huge piece
I've
of
now
that.
hung out with her dad twice. I do think she's more like her dad than she is like
No,
her
she
mom.
absolutely is. But but Jen is
There
a
are
big.
pieces of both parents for sure. In there.
Jen is so silly too.
Yeah, I agree.
And Carrie was dying. She was like, she goes, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You have two of the silliest geese as parents.
Like one time I was at
You
Carrie's
were
house-
fighting a real uphill battle. You were going to be silly no matter what."
I know. Carrie is the silliest person I've ever known. We have been spending an unbelievable amount of time together this year, and we're going to be apart for a week, and I'm having a really hard time with it already. We've been talking about it every day.
I know. Her dumbass. Remember
know.
when she said, she was like with the Patreon, she goes, "You need to let me in there because I know you talk about me in there."
And don't tell her what we say about her on the Patreon.
Yeah, if everyone not cool if she gets in there. We still have her locked out.
She's banned.
As if we're talking poorly about her.
What was I going to say?
What else is new? What else is going on? Since Steve and Alex have been here, we have watched new things, but one night we literally just looked at things for hours and then gave up.
What does that mean?
We were just trying to decide, but Alex has seen every movie to ever exist in the history of time.
Okay.
So we were like trying to find, and we just looked at trailers until all of our food was done, and then we gave up. We went to bed.
I was going to say, I finished the last season of Big Mouth. It was really funny.
Oh, nice.
I did watch...
We did watch a new movie, though, with Julianne Moore and Sydney Sweeney.
Okay.
It's called Echo Valley.
Okay.
And it's like a psychological thriller.
And?
It's honestly pretty good. It's not terrible. It's
Okay.
pretty good. It's entertaining.
Sweeney Todd?
Yeah, Sweeney Todd is in it.
Mm-hmm.
She's like maybe 5 to 10 minutes of it, really, but it's mostly just Julianne Moore. She's in it, but I'm exaggerating. She's definitely in it, but it's mostly just Julianne Moore. She's wonderful in it.
I love her. She's a really good
But I
actress.
will say this, and we have said this on the pod before, I struggle to watch pieces of media that have children being really fucked up to their parents.
Yes.
I struggle with it. I can't relate to it.
No,
and I get mad and I root against
When
them.
we were watching the beginning of the season 2 of The Last of Us, we kept saying, why is she being so mean to him? Why is she
You're
not
being
listening?
so disrespectful to your dad, to your
Why are you not
pseudo dad. But so she was like really fucking awful to her because she's a drug addict in that movie.
Sweeney Todd?
Yeah, and there was a scene where like, because you're not gonna watch it, but there's a scene where she's literally like, her mom is like a big pushover to her. She always brings her, she always gives her money, and she just ditches her because she's an addict, right? But there's a part where she's like telling her,
Is this old or is it new?
no, it's new, it just came out.
Okay.
Yeah, on streaming or whatever. And
I feel like I've watched Julianne Moore in a movie just like
I'm
this.
sure. But there's a part where she's like telling her mom, I need money. And she's like, I don't fucking have any money for you. Also, she's playing a gay.
Who?
Julianne Moore.
Sweeney Todd?
No.
I know, I heard you.
She's just a drug addict. But
She is, I will say, as a lesbian, she is, from my community, she is one of the white women out there that people want to be a lesbian.
yeah, she
So
plays a gay. In
They say
this.
Julianne Moore, it's like Kate Blanchett, Nicole Kidman, Sandra Bullock.
Hilary Swank.
But she is a lesbian.
She's not.
To me, she is.
Spiritually.
Yeah, to me, she is.
But there's a scene where she's like, I don't have any fucking money, dude. You took it all. Like, she literally tells her, like, I don't have any more for you. You took it. Just fucking go. And then she goes, because she's a widow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this, Julianne Moore, like, her wife died.
Okay.
Unexpectedly, and they run this like horse farm where they teach lessons, but she hasn't been able. She's basically running out of money because she can't do it because she's so devastated and she's grieving, and her
daughter's an addict, so she's trying to take care
right.
of
And so each dollar she comes into, she gives to her. So she's not taking care of the farm. She has to beg her ex for money, like her ex-husband, and all this shit. So basically, the one thing she has is her dog. Like her dog is like that's her bestie. Mm. And when Sydney Sweeney's like yelling at her that she needs money, she's like, I don't fucking have any. She yells to her drug addict boyfriend, get the fucking dog. We're gonna fucking. She's like, I'm gonna drive it in the middle of the woods and you're never gonna fucking see it again. Like threatening her. And then she gets up and runs to her dog and like throws her body over him to protect him. And then Sweeney Todd starts hitting her fucking mom and like biting her and trying to because she's trying to steal her dog. And the dog is just sitting there crying. It's so sad. Aww. But she's just like covering him. And then she's like, I hate you. 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 And then she just leaves. And you want me to root for that bitch? I shall not. I shan't. I won't. Anywho, Julianne Moore was great in it though. And there's a huge plot twist at the end. Was
Sweeney Todd good in it too?
Let me take that again. Sure. She was good. Yeah, she was fine. Okay. You know. But Julianne Moore's the star for sure. Yeah. And there's a huge plot twist at the end, so it was honestly tea.
Ooh, okay.
So it was a fun watch. We were like, it's funny because every night we were like, let's watch something scary. And then we'd start watching previews and then I'd be like, I'm losing my nerve the more previews we watch. I'm too scared.
My gumption is lessening more and more. Yeah,
my bravery and my gall is significantly depleting. Anywho, what else?
I watched. Me and Carrie watched the Four Seasons on. Who wants to go to the Four Seasons?
Yes.
We watched the Four Seasons on Netflix. My mom recommended it to me and so did Alex, so we watched that. I love Coleman Domingo. I'll watch anything that he's in. And Alex, I don't know if Carrie told you this, but when we were flying back from New York, we were going through the Delta One TSA and Coleman Domingo walked around us, and we've seen him in Delta One before. And we were like,
we fly to JFK with Coleman Domingo quite often,
once a month at least. Yeah, and he is so beautiful and handsome in person,
and so nice.
People walk up to him all the time in the lounge, and he's like, he's such a sweetheart. Like
he gets up and like stands and talks to them. He's
just so cool. So and we saw him like right after Oscars weekend the first time.
Just watching him.
Yeah, we're like, God, what a guy. So we saw Coleman Domingo. Then we go in the lounge, Alex, and while me and Carrie are standing there, and I'm teaching her, I'm like showing her where to get our food. Coleman Domingo is standing there with the guy who plays his husband in the Four Seasons, Claude. And I was like, no fucking way, because they were my favorite couple in the show. Yeah. I was like, that's crazy. Then they were both on our flight, and Claude sat behind Carrie, and I told her the whole flight, I'm just going to sit there staring at him over the little partition.
Yeah.
And then
like a little kid.
Yeah. Then we got off the flight, and they left together. Then we were waiting for our car to come, and the lady who plays Steve Carell's ex-wife with the bob, she was standing next to me. So I think they're filming season 2, or they're doing like not
press or something,
like upfronts kind of that they do for Netflix. I don't know if they're doing it for season 2 or if they've already done it. I forget what Netflix calls theirs, but yeah, I was like, oh my God, not me seeing almost the entire cast in person. Well, I would want to know how it continues after the big plot twist at the end with Steve Carell, which I was like, I did not expect that to happen at the end. I won't spoil it. But anyways, I did watch that show. I really enjoyed it. Me and Carrie watched it like in 2 days. We loved it.
Nice.
And then we watched, you guys, have you ever seen the movie Secret Life of Pets? We need to be talking about this movie. It is so fucking funny. Everyone needs to watch it.
Oh, I remember.
And I need to watch the second one.
Yeah, I can't believe you haven't seen Secret Life of Pets.
No, we watched that. Then the next day we watched Sing. That's what me and my best friend are doing in our room.
Love that movie.
That movie is so funny.
Oh, I remember what we did. We watched Hobbs and Shaw. That's what we landed on the night we couldn't figure it out. We watched Hobbs and Shaw.
Where did I think I watched it on a plane.
Dude.
It's so funny.
Dude. There's a part, and you might have to cut this, but there's a part when they're in the car chase, right? And it's Jason Statham and The Rock and then the girl. And then he's like
and that girl, she is playing Pedro Pascal's wife in Fantastic Four.
Yes. But in it he goes like,
Vanessa
I'm surprised.
Kirby.
He says something like, I'm surprised he can even see over the steering wheel. That's what he says about Jason Statham. And he goes, well, look out, fat boy, I'm gonna save your life for the second time. I'm laughing. I'm laughing. The scene in the plane, dog.
I know.
We watched it again.
And
he goes, and
that
why
is
don't you
comedic genius right there.
with Deison Sam goes, so why don't you suck up another kilo of peanuts and mind your fucking business? I'm dying, bro.
When you talked about that scene with fucking Kendall and Jordan goes, and The Rock's wearing that beautiful tan suit.
Yeah, she's like, an all brown suit. All brown tracksuit. Yeah. And Kevin Hart, when Kevin Hart turns around and he goes, I get it. 3 alphas cooped up in the sky. That's why we're getting antsy up here. He goes, you know what you guys need? Balance. You need a third. And they're like, no, we don't need that. We don't. No.
That's Kevin Hart.
And he goes, that's all. That's what I was meant to do. Yeah, that's what Kevin Hart's saying. Because he's what do you call it?
Isn't he the
air marshal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept saying flight control specialist.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he says, all I do is sit all day and recycle. He said, I sit in like recycled ass because he's just. I'm just smelling recycled ass all day. I need to be on the streets with y'all. Why don't you suck up another kilo of peanuts and mind your business? When we were watching that one,
sometimes there's movies that are only really funny if you watch with us. I think that's one of them. Alex is nodding.
Ricky Stanicki's another one.
You said Wiki.
I said Ricky.
Oh, I heard Wiki.
You wish I said Wiki.
Wait, Wiki.
Wiki. That's Sam Witwicky.
Sam Witwicky. My bad.
Different.
No, and then I just asked Alex, have you watched the Minecraft movie? And she said I couldn't finish it. So I think you have to watch it with us because I was laughing the whole time.
Hobbs and Shaw, dude, is funny. Objectively, it's fucking funny.
I think it is.
Objectively, it's hilarious. And that's the kind of buddy comedy I want to be in.
I agree.
Yeah. I am not willing to entertain any guff about Hobbs and Shaw, I'll tell you that much. But I need to be in a buddy comedy like that stat.
I agree.
I think I would kill in something
that's
like
why we
that.
like movies like The Heat. Like, it's very similar.
Yeah, like I truly believe I need to be in something like that. I think I would kill it. I think it would be really fun. But when we rewatched it, I was laughing my ass off again. I was like, thank God it holds up. That's how I was feeling when I watched it. Anywho, what else is going on with me?
We went to New York for 7,000 days.
Oh my God, yeah. That was the busiest I've probably ever been in New York. Or not ever. I would say in a while.
It's up there.
I'm always busy when I'm in New York, but I think it was because we were there for a week and I worked every single day.
Yes.
But yeah, we did Materialists.
Did you get to meet Chris Evans and
Dakota Johnson?
Yeah.
They were both the nicest people ever. Like, so sweet.
I want to take
fun.
Dakota's hair off her head like a Lego and click it onto my head.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
When I first met her, I said, can I ask you a question? What do you do so that your bangs don't get stringy?
She's like,
I said, you've had them for like 10 years. How do you do that?
She said, I'm just not gross like you. That's
Yeah,
that
honestly, that would have made me laugh. I wish she did say that.
I just got it like that.
But she was like, I think it's just like sprays and stuff. And then I go, well, that's not helpful to me. But I said, but you're probably not a sweater, huh? And she's like, I'm pretty sweaty right now. And I go, where? And you could tell me later. But she was really nice. And like, they both were so sweet and so kind. A lot of people ask me about Pedro. He wasn't there.
You guys, I would not have been able to go if he was there. They would never have let me in the building, number one.
He wasn't there. He wasn't there to do press for that movie. I wish he was, but we'll cross paths again, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I've never gotten to meet him yet.
No,
so.
when Dakota walked up, Carrie was like, I can't stand over there. I'm like so nervous. And it
yeah,
made me
no.
laugh.
Well, even when I was telling her the silly thing she was telling me offline when we were waiting for Chris Evans to come for the junket, when we were, Carrie was like, did I black out? Because she was standing right next to me the whole time. She didn't remember any of that. And I go, yeah. And she has footage of that, of like most of it, like behind the scenes stuff. And she was like, I feel like I blacked out or something. I was like, she makes you so nervous.
Sorry, and I told her, and if Pedro was in here, if I saw him, I would have walked up the stairs and left and walked back to the hotel. You guys would never see me again.
I think he would love me. I think he'd get a kick out of me. But yeah, I will meet him eventually. We did that. What else did we do?
You filmed your show.
Yes, I did film my show.
You did a photo shoot. All right, friends, we're going to take a quick little break, and this is with our friends at Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. You can see all your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For ones you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them. Rocket Money's dashboard gives you a clear view of your expenses across all of your accounts. You can easily create a personalized budget, period, with custom categories to help keep your spending on track. See your monthly spending trends in each category to know exactly where your money is going. You'll also get alerts if bills increase in price, there's unusual spending activity, or if you're close to going over budget. The new goals feature automatically saves money for you so you don't have to think about it, help pay off bills, put away money for a house, or just build your savings. Rocket Money makes it easy. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/2idiotgirls today. That's rocketmoney.com/2idiotgirls. rocketmoney.com/2idiotgirls. Now back to the episode.
I did do a photo shoot. I forgot about that.
And
yeah.
then you did press for the new season.
Oh yeah, are we allowed to say that? Do you know when that stuff goes live? Oh, period. Okay.
For the new season of the Buccaneers.
Yes, I did. Their media, their junket.
You guys, do you guys feel like this when you watch people be like horrible characters in TV shows or movies? Where like, let's just say like you're like watching a movie, like okay,
yeah, like Stanley Tucci
in the Lovely Bones, which was my example I used. Like, but obviously it doesn't look like him, so that's why I can forgive him when I see him in like The Devil Wears Prada or literally anything else.
Right.
But if it did look like him, I would think he is that person for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you got a little spooked.
Yeah. So in the Buccaneers, that one weirdo guy, he was so nice, but I was telling Jared, I was looking at him going, "Don't trust you.
I know what you did.
I know you."
No, I did Buccaneers press with the entire cast and their cast.
Yeah, and you got to meet Leighton Meester because she's one of the new ones.
Yeah,
which is
I
really
did.
exciting.
And she was real fun. I think like all of them, their cast size rivals the White Lotus. Like they have that many people.
Yeah.
So
and they didn't even have all of them. There's some of them that I thought were gonna be there. Like
I sat with like 3, 6, probably like 10 or 11 of 10.
It was
10
between 10 to 12.
Hello.
Hey.
Most of them, all the heavy hitters, I would say, and they were all so nice, so sweet.
If you guys have not watched that show, I talked about it like a couple of years ago, but it's not about the boyfriends; it's about the sisters. The sisters.
Yeah, it was.
Remember, I was explaining
really
the
fun.
ending, and I was like, now I'm crying again.
It is honestly, Deison, when she watched the season finale of season 1 of the Buccaneers, after she finished that episode, she FaceTimed me and she was crying and she was like, I just want to tell you that I love you and you're my sister and you'll always be my sister.
I'm literally crying again thinking about what happened in the show. I was just telling someone that
honestly, it made me cry too when she called me.
I was crying so much. I had to lay flat on my ground and calm down. And I'm crying again.
Like when you watched Dumbo.
No, oh my God. I talked about that before. When I watched the live action Dumbo. I was crying like so hard and out loud that I had to go lay down in my room.
And
like
calm down.
And calm down. And I ended up having a panic attack because I couldn't stop crying. Oh, but anyways, that's how I felt about the Buccaneers. And then
it when she did call me, it was so like I first of all I like consoled her until she calmed down, and then I looked it up myself on FaceTime with her so I could watch it, and it did make me cry too. It is very me and her coded. That's why.
Yes, I do live alone, and that's why I finished it. I was going, oh my God, and I laid on the ground and I was like,
that's why that's why it is very.
So by the time I called you, I had calmed down, and it did not seem like it, but I had calmed down a little bit. I just started crying again thinking about it.
Well, it was also like what happens is like very like that is something I would do for you. Yeah, like that is something that the two of us would do for each other.
Well, they're not the only sister pair. It's like Josie and the other sister there.
And no, it's really good. And the cast was so fucking nice. Everybody was so nice and so sweet and fun and silly, which I appreciate. So it was and then we hung out with JVN for a little bit.
Oh shit.
Which was very.
And then I almost cried again.
Because you didn't get
I've never met them.
Yeah, that's right.
No, when they came on Drew's show, I was filming. I wasn't filming anything. I was moving into my house, but that's right. And I've read all of their books, and I've always read them when I'm going through something like a really big change in my life. So I told you I can't look at them for too long. I get nervous.
I know, and they're the best. I fucking love
nice.
them. But yeah, very event filled, I would say.
And you guys, the best part of the whole trip was that we got to go to Quality Italian, not just once, but twice. And the
Yeah.
second time we went, it was Amanda's first time going.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, they gave us, we still don't know why they did this. Do we know?
I
Do you
mean,
think it was because they were a fan of you?
I'm pretty certain one of the girls working was a fan of me.
We've had them give us one appetizer. But
Yeah, it was like 1 or 2 like free things.
They
This
gave us
one-
5 extra apps, 6 extra entrees.
Every course
Every
they brought more
dessert.
things.
Oh my gosh.
And every time they brought stuff, we would be like, "Oh, we didn't order this," and they would be like, "Oh, it's on us."
Yeah.
And we're like, "Oh,
Bro, and they had this, like I told, like right when we sat down, I was telling Billy, they have this lobster scampi toast, and I look at it every time, and I kind of want to try it.
And they brought it anyways.
And they gave it to us.
and it was delicious.
Yeah, and Amanda was like, it's literally because I'm here. And we were laughing because I was like, yeah, you fucking bitch. We were here 2 days ago and they didn't do this.
And I almost passed out at the table.
I know. That's a different story. But it was so funny. I just told Drew, because Amanda went pee like 7,000
Me when I get
times.
vertigo.
Me when I get vertigo at Quality Italian.
Me when I vertigo.
Amanda kept getting up to go pee, and I told Drew, what if she was getting up and ordering all this stuff and not telling us? It's like, charge it to her.
Yeah. Oh, it's on her. Don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually the highlight of the trip too. Was getting to go to Quality Italian twice, and then getting a dream experience the second time.
No shit. And we had Wagamama's once, and it was really good. Oh, I ate it twice. I want that so bad out here.
I love
want
Wagamama.
Wagamama so bad.
So delicious. Also, book club update. Click away for spoilers. I finished Phantasma,
We talked about that last one.
and
Okay.
I finished Enchantra.
Is that the second one?
Yeah, that's the second one. I read that on the plane.
Are these good?
Those two, yes.
Do you think I would like those? Or is it like the fairy fuck ones that you guys like?
I mean, there is fucking in it, obviously.
I don't care. Okay, but is there anything gay?
No.
I'm not reading it.
That's why I said,
But it's witches. You know I like witches.
yeah, that is true. Well, it's like they're two sisters, and then the first one's on the first sister, the
Are
second
they
one's on
mean
the
to
other
each other
sister.
like in ACOTAR?
No, they love each other, and that's why the two of them get into these terrible situations.
I'm locked in. I'm reading it.
That's why these two.
I'm reading it, and I'm gonna cry again laying on my floor.
No, the two of them get into these terrible situations because they're trying to save their sister. Like that's what both of them are doing. But it's like the second one is like the movie Ready or Not.
Okay.
Where
like that
she
movie.
marries into the family. No, I loved that movie. Me and Billy really enjoyed it. So the second one is literally that. They're like playing a game and they have to survive to a certain extent or something. But the siblings who are all playing each other, she's like, she gets added into the game accidentally and then she has to compete, but all the siblings are immortal. So like they do each round, like they have to try and kill as many people as they can and be the last one surviving. But if you die, like they don't die for real, but she will because she's a human. So it's like one of those. But
it's kind of like is it the It movies? You know when they go in that haunted house and every room is one of their fears, like that.
kind of, and that's like the first one.
Oh, that's what I
The
meant.
first
I'm
one,
sorry,
yeah. The first one's like that. But honestly, loved them. They were
Ooh,
so
tea.
fucking good. Like I thought they were. And there's just so many different elements discussed in both of them. I would say the second one is a lot freakier than the first one. The first one's very minor with the freakiness, I would say. Well, there's a couple parts where you're like, what the? But not in a weird way. It's kind of like Second one's a little more freaky.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed them. Now I read another book. I read the dumbest. I don't want to talk shit on the titles, but the titles are so like dramatic and elaborate. It's like
An ink faked in blood.
it's like serpent. It's like the serpent and wings of the night or some shit like that.
That's enough. That's enough of that.
Wait, I'm literally gonna look it up because it's gonna
Propaganda.
bother me.
I'm not falling for serpents and wings of the ink faked in blood.
Wait, did I get it right? Hold on, I'm literally googling it.
I keep saying ink faded in blood. Isn't it fate inked in blood?
It's a fate inked in blood.
Has the girl fake?
Has
inked
the
her
girl
blood
had
yet?
her blood?
Has she fake inked her blood yet?
Has she had her blood? Okay, the serpent. I was right. The serpent and the wings of night. That's what it's called.
Stop.
Literally. Now,
Stop.
here's the thing about a lot of y'all recommended Phantasma to me. I really enjoyed that.
Okay.
Those two. This one was also recommended to me. Serpent and Wings of Night,
Part 2.
Part 2.
Full fight.
Full bush, full frontal.
Damn it! Did you say that?
Full bush, full
Full
frontal,
fight.
full fight. 4K.
HD. 1080p.
So a lot of you bitches recommended the serpent one to me too. I read it. It's similar vibes again to like everyone enters this fucking game for a grand prize of something crazy, and they're competing in challenges and shit like that. Now, this one, listen, Serpent Wings in the Night people, come to the front, please. This is giving me Flesh and Fire shit. Like, there's just so much shit that's happening
I don't
that
even
I'm
know
like,
any of the words you just said to me.
the Flesh and Fire series is the one that I DNF'd because I was so sick of them.
Those are the pregnancy trope.
Yes, but I was also
That's
just
not the Viking book.
no. I love those books.
That one has werewolves.
Who?
The one you just said.
Oh, the Flesh and Fire one? No, the Flesh and Fire one is like the prequel one that I read. The other, I think, Blood and Ash is the one with the werewolves. So yeah.
Those aren't the same.
No, they're two different.
One is the prequel to that.
Yes,
Got it,
yes.
okay.
That's why they sound similar. And then that's the one I told you. The shit was getting so insane that I was
This
like,
is
I
how
give
it
up.
sounds when people tell me what happens in Love Island.
Yeah, same. That's how it feels when you're telling me about the Mormon wives. Same shit. It's all fantasy to me.
So Miley, Kylie, and Lily.
Yeah. And she didn't tag them on Instagram. So anywho, the Serpent in the Wings of the Night one, I read the first one. I read the whole thing. Billy told me, he goes, I'm starting to think you're lying about reading too, because that's what Deison told me. She's like, you're lying, because I'm reading them
She
so
like
fast.
just downloaded this book. It's done. That's what she does. Just finished it. Hello.
And I told Billy, I said, there's no way I can say this that doesn't make me sound like an asshole. I'm just a really fast reader.
Yeah, no, you said that and you're like, I'm like a photographic memory. What does that have to do with reading fast?
Well, because I remember things, so I don't need to go back and reference as quickly.
That's really funny that you would say that, because that's how I read.
That's exactly.
Especially if it's taking me a minute to finish, I'll be like,
Yeah.
who the fuck is that?
And then when you got to go back and like when you go back to a book that you haven't read in a minute, and you're like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. So that's why. And these books are so expansive and complicated. Anywho, my point being, the Serpent Wings in the Night one, bro, I'm a little annoyed. Like, I read the whole first one and I was like, okay. Like, certain parts I was like, okay, all right. And then it would be like, something would happen and I'd be like, all right, okay, so another, all right, okay. And I'd be like, all right. That's
You're dragging it.
That's yeah. And then that was like a 500-page book. Like, that shit is so long. I finished the first one. I started the second one. It's giving me the same vibes where it's just like, you're throwing way too many things in here and I'm getting annoyed. Like, it's just for the sake of
That's
it
why
being
I felt
crazy.
reading ACOTAR.
No, you're wrong. The ACOTAR though, well, see, that's the thing with ACOTAR is like, they stretch the burnout so long.
You know what I'm saying? If
That,
I
like-
felt like that reading ACOTAR, I can't
No,
even
you could
imagine
never.
how I...
You could never.
Okay.
You could never.
All
But
right.
I am
You
having
said that a little too fast, but...
Phantasma though. I think
Yes.
I've been telling everyone to read Phantasma. It is very, very fun read, those two. But these ones, yeah, I might dip out and read, and I'm not kidding, another book that I have called When the Moon Hatched.
Stop.
I might dip into that one.
Stop.
I might detour from this because this one is 4 books long. I read the first one, and the second one is like, it's tea, I guess. But then like the bitch does something so fucking dumb at the end that I was like, what the fuck? She made a dumbass decision. Like, I got why she did it, but then he fucking turned on her a little bit, and then it's like, it's similar but not. Too many cooks, too many chefs in the kitchen,
Too many people cooked here.
too many carmies. You know what I'm saying? There can only be one.
Speaking of that, I think it comes out next week, and I'm very excited.
Oh, I can't wait. But yeah, that's my book club update for those of you following along. That's my book club update. And either way, if you guys have any more recommendations for me, please send them to me. As always, here are the rules. No, I don't like YA. And I don't like anything with too much like anything harmful in it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah.
But I do love, like, you know, sampling around the genres of fantasy. So having a blast.
Heard.
That's the end of my book club update.
Okay.
What was the thing you were telling me about Love Island? Oh, that was what you had said. I don't know if a couple people have asked me if I've watched Love Island. The answer is no.
No, and I've talked about this a million times on here. I prefer the UK version. I don't really fuck with the US one.
I agree with that, yeah.
I don't think they're messy enough. And people are saying they are, and I'm like, watch.
Well, this season, I apparently
I know
is.
the last one was like the big one that really blew them up.
That's right.
But no, I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
And here's what I will say, because Amanda likes to watch it, and Amanda's gay, which makes me, like, we were in the room and she was going, "Oh my god," watching it on her phone with her headphones, and I was like,
Well, then she watches it. I feel like how those people in Squid Game would watch them play. You know what I'm saying? Like That's what she likes.
No, but she was telling me about the drama, and I was like, I don't even know what you're saying to me.
Right.
But
me always.
I don't shows like that stress me out that come out every single day. Like that is so stressful to me.
Yeah. That's how I feel about Love Island too. Like I tried watching it during COVID.
That's why I like the UK one, because I would watch it like a couple weeks after it's already started, so I have a bunch to watch like almost every day, and then like, you know what I mean, I'm not like,
so you're just gonna wait till this one's done?
No, because they're just posting everything, so I don't care.
Oh, that's true.
But the UK one I liked a lot more. I don't really fuck with the US one. I don't have an issue with it. I just don't think it's as entertaining.
If you were in the Love Island villa, like
They
what
first of all, they would never
shoot you dead.
They would never cast me on there because I'm not hot enough.
Shut the fuck up.
No,
ever
I
say
don't
shit
think
like that.
they wouldn't let me come on there because I'm a lesbian. Number one.
Right.
Yeah. So
Well,
I
I'm
would
saying,
just be like, why are you here?
Okay. Well,
let's pretend I'm a straight woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What trope do you think you're following? Like, who do you think you are in the villa?
I'm the girl that falls in love with the first guy that says he likes me. Immediately. We're locked
They get
in.
sent home.
Yeah. No, not even.
He turns on you and you get sent home.
Yeah, and then we're fighting, and then I'm gonna be messy. No, so I'm the girl that every season there's one couple that starts from the very beginning and they keep going. I was just telling my someone the other day that there was a season. It was like Liberty and someone else. If you guys remember the season of Love Island, they were an OG couple that made it almost all the way to the end. It was Jake. And almost to the end, she kept randomly saying, I don't know, I just can't tell if he's hamming it up for the cameras. Like, I can't tell if he really wants to be with me. And I was like, Liberty, you're crazy. He's obsessed with you. Then come to find out. He was, everybody ate. He was lying. He was faking it for the cameras.
Right.
And then everyone knew it and they sent him home. And then she was lonely and kept trying to pair her up, but it wasn't going to work because she spent like 3 weeks with him. And obviously, it's hard for her to move on. So,
I think some people aren't playing the game correctly, I guess is my point.
That's how I would play it. And then I would be disappointed by week 3 because a new hot bombshell would enter the villa. And then he would be like, I don't know why you would think I only like you. I'm here to have fun.
Right. And can I be real? Like, if I ever were to be in a Love Island situation, like, thank God I wouldn't be, because that would mean I was single.
There's this season with Amber and Anna. I think Amber wins this one. This is in the UK. She's actually a lesbian now, which is really funny. In that season, you're both of them. Like, they are standing up for all of the girls.
Right.
When they get mugged off, they're like, who the fuck do you think you are talking to me like that?
Can I also say, too, like, are they allowed to couple up even, like, it has to be boy girl? There's
one season of Love Island that I watched in the UK where there was a girl that came in that was bisexual, and there was a girl that was right. Her name was Sophie. I think she passed away, R.I.P. But they paired up. But I think
I don't mean like they don't. I mean, obviously, yeah, if they can hook up, sure. But I meant
they coupled up.
I meant to save each other.
No.
Okay.
So I think they did it because they liked each other, and then I also think too the producers were kind of like.
So they'll only allow it if you guys are like sexually together.
But I don't know that it's ever really like none of them ever won or like actually tried it. Like it'll be a guy.
Because I'm thinking strategy. Like that's what I'm thinking. If you're playing strategy,
so that would be like Big Brother, where you're like, we're making alliances. These are my friends. No.
Well,
but what the girls will do, they'll tell the guys like, hey, pick my friend, and then the next time when new girls come in, like she'll support you in moving on and whatever. But
and you cut to me when I'm talking to them, I'm like, you better pick them, otherwise.
Can I pull you for a quick chat?
Otherwise, sleep with one eye open.
You're holding his shirt balled up like a bully.
You're gonna pick my friend whether you like it or not.
Otherwise, you're going into your locker.
Otherwise, I'm gonna give you a wedgie at the next fire pit. What the fuck they call it?
Recoupling. And you better not fuck around and cost him more.
And I said, I'm like, I pick, and then I say him, and I give him a wedgie, and I go, just kidding, I pick someone else. I think if they were to cast me, first of all, because of the nature.
Oh, but I would be a girl's girl, so I would be the one that picks
too.
One guy, and I'm like, oh, I'm not looking at anyone else, and then he would fuck me over like in 2 weeks, and I would be humiliated, and all my friends would have my back, and then I would be because I'm nosy, so I listen to what everyone's saying,
right?
So I would be telling all my girlfriends everything their boyfriends are saying,
right?
And then I'd be like, no, that's not what you said, Connor. No, Connor, that's not what you said.
Right.
Right.
I think if I was doing interviews and stuff, I don't think I'd be on the OG cast.
No, like they'd bring you in to fuck shit up.
Yeah, they'd bring me in for sure.
I would be the one that everyone feels bad for because she doesn't get a good connection. That would be me. And they'd be like, God, Deison's so funny. She has such a great personality. Like, why can't she just click with someone?
You know, they always have one
girl and one boy that
one
has
guy like that. You know, when they cry when he gets sent home.
Yeah, because they're like, and so he's always really funny, but he's like has no sexual chemistry. That's me on Love Island.
I saw a TikTok of someone saying, like, at the last I don't know when the fuck it happened, but like one of the girls was like sobbing out loud, like, we don't want that, we don't want that, we don't want that. That's what she keeps saying, and then all the other girls are crying too. And then someone goes, the way she's crying is literally like they're about to get shot on site, like in front of the fire pit. I was like, no, for real, what's going on in there?
Someone was recapping. So today's Monday, so I'm recapping what happened in Love Island Sunday.
Right.
Someone was telling me that she's saying that there's a girl, I think her name's Hannah, and she was with this guy named Charlie. So like the two couples that like didn't recouple, like they when they did a recoupling, they just picked the same people.
Right.
The Love Island people asked them, they're like, okay, vote one of these people off. So they picked Hannah's boyfriend Charlie, and Hannah was devastated. Right. And then I saw Grayson making videos. That's why it makes me laugh how many lesbians watch the show. I really need to clock in.
That's true.
But Grayson was like, please, Love Island.
I told you, it's like watching animals in the zoo, I think.
She was like, Love Island production, please bring back Charlie. It's all I want. Anyways, they were telling me like, oh yeah, like it's weird that Hannah was that upset because she was just making out with Pepe. There's like a new bombshell named Pepe.
Is that a government name?
I don't know. But she was making out with Pepe, and then her and Charlie had a moment, and then people were like, okay, yeah, I think they're good, and then he got voted off.
Okay.
And then one of you DM'd me and said I need to watch I Kissed a Girl on Hulu. It's from last year. I already watched it. And I loved it. And two of them are actually my mutuals. They're homies of mine.
Yeah, I think I would kill in a Love Island situation. And I mean purely entertainment. I would be so entertaining. It's
that's what I'm saying.
Funny.
The season with Anna and Amber, the one that Amber ends up winning, that is one of my I think Curtis, that's one of my favorite seasons.
Right. In the beginning when Deison said, I don't really care for Love Island.
I don't. US.
The American version, yeah.
And I've tried the Australian one, and it's too much.
Yeah, no.
And the accents are a little bit hard for me to lock into a little bit, so it's a lot.
That's how I feel watching Love Island UK, but I just put on the subtitles.
I can't watch anything without subtitles.
That's true. That is true.
I can't watch anything without subtitles, and I can't watch anything not in 2x. So then when I want to watch 2x on my phone, but I want to read the subtitles, I'll turn the button on so then I can watch it and read the subtitles.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Don't
Perfect.
Anyway, so we are doing a part 3 of propaganda.
Sorry guys.
Not falling for.
And you're gonna like it because we didn't have another topic. Sorry.
But we have over 600 responses to this one, and I thought this one was really, really fun.
No, and this one's fun. We're enjoying it.
Yeah. Do you have any? Benson Moon is in here quite a lot. I know we've talked about him a bit. So, did you watch that? I haven't sent it to you yet. That clip of Curtis Connor singing that.
I haven't watched that
clip of what's the song that he?
Mythical Magical?
No, the other one. Please stay. Is that what it's called? Please stay.
I have no clue.
Do you know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's that one where he's like screaming. Yeah. Stay here.
But it's
that one.
Curtis Connor going, hey. It's just him doing that over and over again. It's really funny. Do you have anything new you want to share about Benson Boone?
Not particularly, no.
I was just curious. Okay, this first one's from Sydney. She said, the rise of chia seed pudding.
That's actually really funny.
And she put throw sea moss in there too, because what the fuck?
Sea moss thing. You guys are crazy.
She said, if
what am I, mollusk?
Skinny people are.
I don't even know if they eat that shit.
The fuck do I look like, a mollusk?
I look like a mollusk head ass to you.
She said, if that's why skinny people are skinny, then I don't want it. Like, no, I don't want to eat chunky snot at 8 a.m. That's how I feel about Greek yogurt.
I can tell you confidently that is not going to make you skinny. So don't let them fucking convince you.
Those seeds just make you poop a lot, don't they? They're a good source of fiber, so I'll give you that. Right?
I mean, like, I just think that's a whole lot of work.
Yes.
For very little payoff. Like, that's how I feel. And I mean in terms of being full.
Yes.
Like, I'm very not interested in food that requires a lot of effort and gives me about 10% full on stomach. Like, what's the fucking point?
I'm not really a texture person unless it's the morning. So, like, you know how my gag reflex is crazy?
Yeah.
In the morning. I don't want to eat lumpy soup for breakfast.
It just like never.
And there's sand in there.
Well, that's the thing is like it doesn't even look good.
No.
Like it doesn't even look appealing.
You know what else isn't good? Overnight oats.
Yeah, I've tried overnight oats
it's
too.
It's just soggy cereal. I'd rather eat cereal.
Well, there's truly overnight oats are like what I imagine.
Slop.
Yeah, it's like what I imagine like fucking pilgrims were eating and shit. like or poppers during the fucking, and popper I mean PAUPERS.
Thank you for clarifying.
A popper.
My gay brain went to something else.
Right, exactly. I know. That's why I clarified. For all the gays in the audience.
Poppers were eating.
What?
I'm repeating what you said or what poppers were eating. You're fucking stupid.
Like when they're like I'm dressed like a Salem witch when I'm eating fucking overnight oats.
Sure.
That is truly like, what am I, the Berenstein Bears? I'm not eating that fucking shit. Like this fucking mush in a bowl. Like
I'm not.
it feels like I should be scooping it out of a little cauldron over a fire and putting it in my wooden spoon.
Your
and
ladle.
And then I go and take my donkey to market. Like that's how it feels eating overnight oats.
Fucking beans.
Yeah, I have one of those fuck ass little white things on the back of my hair right there.
Is it a bonnet?
Yeah, like a bonnet, but they're not the ones that you tie. They're like the ones that just stay back there. Don't know what they're called.
Whatever the hell that's about.
Whatever the hell that is.
This
Yeah, fuck that shit. Let's bring back regular breakfast. Let's eat regular fucking breakfast because it's okay.
Let's bring back big breakfast.
Yeah, let's bring back eggs and bacon and toast.
Breakfast.
Let's bring that back.
This next one's from Ariel. She said the male loneliness epidemic.
Oh,
just
yeah.
Straight men finding another way to blame women for not being into unattractive, jobless, and abusive men.
Exactly.
Yes.
I told y'all, like, I thought we collectively decided a year ago that we didn't give a fuck. I sure as hell don't.
Yes.
I don't care at all. I don't give a damn.
A lot of people said male suffering, and it makes me think of that memes. Like, then why am I always hearing about
Men
it?
suffer in silence. Then why am I always hearing about it? That's one of those jokes that I wish every night when I say my prayers to my ancestors, I wish that I came up with those jokes.
That was me when Carrie was singing
Mythical Magical.
Yeah, and she said Moonbeam ice cream taking off your chonies, and then I was mad that
taking off my chonies. That's
taking off your chonies. I was mad that I didn't make that up.
Yeah, you should be.
I was pissed off.
Yeah. I think the male loneliness epidemic, don't give a fuck. It's also not true. Not true in a very like literal sense. Like if you guys are feeling particularly lonely, I can't imagine it's anyone's fault but your own.
Yes.
And it's also not just for romance. Like they're lonely because they have no community, and it's because they're the worst. Like it's like the men who are like, yeah, and what about me? Like you think a bitch has never been lonely before?
Yeah.
Get over yourself. That's your greatest fucking hurdle in life, is being alone. Oh God, quit now. Life only gets harder.
Head, girl.
Quit now. It gets harder. The fuck? Like, I just think that's so fucking dumb. Like, well, I'm lonely. Okay. What do you want me to do about that? Like, that's
okay, and also all right.
Okay, well, what do you particularly like? Like, are you interested in anything upsetting or awful? Maybe that's why you're lonely.
Yes.
Well, and also, there's so many of them complaining about it. Why don't you all hang out together? Then you won't be alone.
Caleb made a story about that. That's like, men will never say like, I love my friend. They'll be like, shout out to this fucking legend.
Yeah, or they'll say like, happy G day. Like you can't even wish a motherfucker happy birthday without
HBD. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, happy birthday, bro. No gifts, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's so funny too because the other day, like a month or two ago, me and Billy went to dinner with our friends, and it was his birthday. It's like Billy's friend. And they're both of them, like, they're married. They're a married couple. Obviously, we're going to be married. Like, they're the sweetest people alive. And so we took them to a nice dinner, and then we got him gifts, and he was so overwhelmed with the gifts. And he, like, texts us later, and he goes, I definitely cried in the car on the way home. He's like, I didn't do it at the table because I didn't want to make anybody uncomfortable. And we were like, we wouldn't have cared, but it was like it was so sweet.
Give it back.
Right. And he like had text Billy that, like, and said, thank you so much, like I love you, dude, like I really appreciate the time, whatever. And I was like, you see, there's like pure community and friendship. Like you guys can have that shit too. Like men can have it amongst themselves very easily, as long as you're not terrible. It's honestly kind of easy.
It's not that hard, guys.
Yeah, it's kind of like
I was just
normal.
Mommy told me she watched my vlog I filmed of me and Carrie, like our adventures before we went to New York, and she told me it made me so emotional because I'm so happy you have a friend like that. And I told her every time
that's not me.
Yeah, I was like, every time we get drunk together, I always end the night with crying and telling Carrie how much I love her. I was like, oh my precious carrots.
Well, Deison does that to a lot of people. So.
Oh yes,
the people she loves.
My new bit is going, yes, I don't need like you asked me, is it this or this? Well, yes.
No, the other day,
thank you.
When we went to the Pride party, I borrowed a shirt from Deis, and I went into her house.
And where is it?
It's in my closet. I literally left it somewhere where I wouldn't lose it, so I could give it back to you. I'll give it to you for free leave, bitch. Anyways, she was, first of all, she was telling me, okay, but I want it back. I go, I know. And she goes, well, you're going to change in the car on the way home from the party. I'm not doing that. I told her I'm not going to a soccer game and I'm not 15, so I'm not doing that. But I will wear the shirt.
Give it back.
And so I went in in her house to change, and I tried on a shirt. She's like, well, remember I told you that it doesn't fit the way that we like. So I tried it on and I go, does this look good? And then she goes, yeah. And then I go, and I was looking at myself in the mirror and I go, really? She goes, no, it looks really bad. You should change. Why did you say that in the beginning? And even Billy goes, why does your sister lie like that in the beginning? I go, I have no clue.
I do it all the time.
My dad does the same thing.
I do it all the time.
I don't know. And I'm sure someone will diagnose you, whatever that is.
Sure.
But she was
yes.
like, she goes, yeah. She goes, yeah. And then I go, really? And then she goes, no, it looks terrible. You should change. She was so serious. And I was like, right, okay, that's what I fucking thought. That's why. Good thing I asked again. What if I just went off the fucking first opinion and left the house?
I wouldn't have let you.
I would have looked a mess.
I would have said, you're right, we should change.
But it was just the way there was maybe 15 seconds between the first and second answer. So that I was like, really? She goes, no, it looks terrible. You should change. Okay.
And all right.
Perfect.
This next one's from Kayla. She put capri pants.
I personally,
they're cute.
I love a capri.
And I have a couple pairs. Have I worn them? No, but I like them.
I love a capri personally. I haven't worn ones that are tight.
Sure.
You know, I've worn like 3/4 length ones, but not like one right under the knee. I have worn a loose one though.
I feel like a tight one with like the tabbies, I think would be
so cute. So
would I look
cute.
a little bit like a little lad? Yeah.
Probably.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
It's summer. It's a little lad summer.
It's a little lad.
It's a boxer summer.
Capri summer. For real. I love a capri personally. Now, is a loose fitting capri giving gauchos? Yes.
But am I kind of living for it? I think I am.
Maybe.
I'm going to have a scarf tied around my waist like
and now,
Ashley Tisdale.
Now, listen to me closely. If I try on a capri and it looks like shit, I will not be telling you all. I just won't be wearing them. But I think capris are cute.
If I try them on and they look ugly on me, I'm going to tell everyone that they're ugly and no one should be wearing them. Just kidding. That's how I
Me
decide
personally,
things.
I'm going to kill the trend.
Yeah,
because if I can't
hate them.
If I can't have it, no one can.
Yes. Okay, this next one's from Nadia. She said, fishing, camping, I don't get it. It's not fun. If I can't take a warm shower, use my Pennifer, which you could take your Pendulum to the
Yeah, what are you talking about? That's the greatest place to do it.
Or you take a J. But she put my Pennifer and my iPad. I'm not going. And it's so funny. I would take both of those things with me to go camping.
Yeah, who says you can't?
Poor
I get what you mean, though, about, like, for real camping, like, no, like, unplugged. Like,
no, I'm trying to glamp. Yeah.
Yeah, I would glamp. And even then, maybe.
Does Billy like to camp?
No, not particularly. I mean, he wouldn't mind it, but no.
He just seems like someone who would enjoy going. Not like that, but
You're
like
thinking Jared.
Jared would enjoy camping.
Jared would enjoy camping. Yeah, I think that's in his bloodline though. But
yeah.
No, I think Billy would enjoy
it's his
it.
genetics.
Yeah, like Billy would like be cool with it, but it's not something he would love to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think I'm just thinking he could carry everything, so he would be so fun.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing. The way that I turn into the most severe trad wife in situations like that, where I'm like, well, you're the boy, you do it. Whatever, reparations, you fucking carry it. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I could, I just don't want to.
I feel that. Okay, this next one's from Cassidy. This is going to be the last one that we do. And she said, propaganda she's not falling for is fucking meatloaf. What do you mean you made a bread-sized block of meat and then you're going to dip it in ketchup? I am ill. Some white people shit. Cassidy.
You're not going to like the answer we have
You
to
are
this.
so wrong, Cassidy. You have no idea.
And you know what? You're right. It is white people shit. Unfortunately, I am a fan of meatloaf. Unfortunately for you. Now, if we're talking my mom's meatloaf, I'm in.
Yes.
Any other meatloaf?
No.
Get the fuck out of my face.
No.
Any other meatloaf? That is white people shit.
Yes.
My mom's meatloaf? Yeah. Also, it has to be with rice.
Yes.
A lot of you bitches eat meatloaf with just veggies or nothing at all. You're crazy.
I feel like the best carb in the world is rice.
I agree. I think rice should be with every meal ever.
I like rice more than I like pasta.
They're even with me. But anytime I eat a protein, I need fucking rice.
Yeah.
I find it insane when people just have proteins and veggies and no rice. Oh, it feels like the most incomplete. It's like a sandwich with no chips. What's the point?
Do you put chips in sandwich?
Sometimes.
It's too much.
I don't like that it cuts up the roof of my mouth.
So I said,
if I'm being real.
The bread's already doing a number on my mouth. I can't have the chips
I take it away and it's all bone up there. There's nothing left.
Yeah.
It looks like I
got
got
extra teeth up there for some reason.
For real, I got 40 lashes all on my fucking the roof of my fucking
I decided
mouth.
to put Doritos in my fucking
Because I got crazy and put a spicy ruffle in there. And now
that's too much.
Now I got fucking stalagmites for teeth, bro. Cut them all off.
I have icicles on my mouth. That's too much.
Yeah, it's like that's why I said like
and
rice.
then when people crunch down their sandwich with the chip, no, it's dust. You're eating chip dust.
Yeah, that's why I said like I love a chip. I
much.
love a chip in a sandwich.
No,
but if you give me a chip with no sandwich at all, what's the fucking point? That's how I feel with
you're going to
burger, no fries.
Yeah, come on. You're going to Subway to get a sandwich, and you're not going to get chips, a drink, and a cookie
and a raspberry white chocolate cookie.
You're not going to get all three.
You're not going to get the raspberry white chocolate cookie from Subway. Okay.
With Diet Coke?
Whatever. What the fuck ever.
You're not living right. I'll tell you what. That's the agenda I'm not falling for. Propaganda I'm not falling for, eating your sandwich without chips.
No, for real.
Oh, I love sandwiches. You ever think about it for a long time and think about how much you like sandwiches?
Yeah, all the time.
I love sandwiches.
I love sandwiches. And I love Jersey Mike's.
Can I do one more that's really funny?
Sure.
So this one's from Laura. She said that do you know Hey Dudes, the shoes?
Yeah.
She put that Hey Dudes, the shoes are comfortable and actually cute. They're the Sperry's of 2024 and you cannot convince me otherwise. And it's
that's
so funny.
The one that Sydney Sweeney did the ad for, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say it's so funny you bring that up, Laura, because when I went to dinner with Carrie and her dad, he was saying, and I forgot my ankle socks and I brought my Hey Dudes, so how am I supposed to wear them? And then Lindley was like, what the fuck are Hey Dudes? I said, they're literally Sperry's. I told her they're Sperry's, but they're made out of couch cushion material. And she looked it up and she goes, you're so real.
Couch cushions.
It's made out of couch cushion fabric.
I just think, yeah, like, first of all, the name, like.
He was saying that you buy the no-show socks, you take the insert out of Hey Dude, put sock on Hey Dude, insert, put it back in your, don't have to wear sock.
You're still wearing the sock.
The sock's not on your foot. It's on the insert, and the insert's in there.
Why? What's the point?
So you don't have to wear sock. No sock in Hey Dude.
You might as well wear the sock.
You put no-show sock on Hey
Dude.
Well,
what am I doing? Arts and crafts? Why am I constructing a mechanism?
You can personalize your Hey Dude.
And can you? You're just ripping out the sole and putting it inside your own sock. Okay? Keith, I have a question for you. What the fuck?
If Hey Dude, why not wear sock?
The fact that they even have that name is more than enough to not have me purchase it personally. The fact that they're fugly is just another thing. Like, that's just another side note.
I can't even get into that right now.
Also, like, them picking Sydney Sweeney is so funny because they're like, well, people think she's hot, and if she wears these fugly ass shoes, then maybe people will buy them. And the fact that it worked is even crazier. Like, there are some of you that are genuinely convinced that's like, that is a water shoe and nothing more. And I already have problems with water shoes, like, just ethically.
Just think they're really non-ethical.
Yeah,
or unethical.
Yeah, and by that I mean they're ugly.
They're so ugly they feel unethical to me. That they shouldn't exist.
They feel like illegal in some way because they're so ugly. Well, and I just think it's funny when white people just love a water shoe.
Yes.
And you know what? You guys really ate that up with a water
Crocs.
shoe. A water shoe for like the river or like a lake.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Sure. But most bodies of water don't require that kind of traction because where are you going?
That's right. When I lived
you know what I'm saying? You got nowhere to go.
When I lived in Eugene, we would float the river, and my friends all had water shoes. I was like, those are so ugly. I brought my rainbows and tied them on my floaty. I got caught in rocks 100 times. I had the egg on my face that day.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. In that situation, I get it.
Yeah.
I didn't have water shoes either one time when I jumped off a waterfall thing. And like I'm not kidding, low top Converse. And I cut up my legs so bad because they were the slipperiest shoes in the history of time. But I just didn't have any water shoes.
I wore old running shoes the next time and it still didn't matter. I should have worn no shoes.
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, my feet have better traction and grip. Like my feet could just...
My Hey Dudes can really grip when I don't... That's what I call my feet. My Hey Dudes.
Those are my Hey Dudes, yeah. My bare feet.
Yeah. My God-given feet.
Yeah, those things are fugly as hell. I think if you're wearing them to the river or the lake, sure.
Yeah.
You wearing them casually?
It's too much.
Oh, God. You better be Keith Sage. If you're Keith Sage, I'll write you a pass.
Keith is the only Hey Dude I know that's allowed to wear those. I tell you what. Anyways, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Two Idiot Girls.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you sign up to watch our Patreon because there's so much fun, cutie little content on there. And make sure you buy Drew's book.
Yes.
Other than that, we love you and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.